This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
John Etherton says, you'll never hear this anywhere else, but Tony Garea was my favorite wrestler growing up. Like you, he was known as a tag team specialist, a guy that could form a quality tag team with any number of different wrestlers. In your prime, could you and Tony have made a good tag team?
No, Tony was a babyface, and I think he enjoyed being a babyface. We would have been oil and water in a bad way, I think, but I watched Tony, some of his matches from the earliest of times. He was pretty good hand. Him and Rick Martel made a good team.
Travis wants to know, did you ever feel like at times you were Ric Flair's babysitter, and how exhausting could that job really be?
Pass.
Ben wants, listen, I knew where the answer was going to be, but I knew that the audience would get a chuckle out of seeing you visually react to that over at adfreeshows.com, where, by the way, you can get these shows early and ad free. And of course you can see Arn's face when I ask him some of this silly stuff.
Well, and let me just be honest about it. Yes, there were many times that I was babysitting, but there's a lot of people out there that would say, that's kind of a privilege getting to party with Ric Flair and travel with him and all that other stuff. Probably didn't suck that bad. And it didn't.
No, listen, I had my handful of babysitting experiences, but if I'm honest, he probably had to babysit both of us a time or two as well.
I doubt that. I'm going to stop you right there.
I don't know about that.
That's probably bullshit.
I heard once upon a time, you were like Weekend at Bernie's. I don't know if that's true or not, but
what, I died?
No, but it looked like you did. They just propped you up, poured you off in a hotel room, and you woke up the next day and called the general. I don't know where I'm at. Come get me.
Yeah. I was probably as close to death as you can get, and I've survived it. That told me that day I was a pretty tough son of a bitch.
Yeah. When you just wake up in a strange hotel and you're not sure where you are, how you got there, but you still make the town on time and you still have a good match. That's being a horseman. It's not something you put on in the morning and take off at night, right?
Right. And right in the middle of it, let's not make light of the fact that I called I called the Works Corporation and had them break up a board meeting so somebody could tell me where I was.
Yeah.
Works Corporation, those guys that own the United Center.
Kind of a big deal.
Basketball team, all that.
Yeah. And the hockey team, on and on.
Yeah. All that.
Ben wants to know, what was it like to film the old Flair for the Gold segments on WCW TV in the early 90s? It always looked like you and Rick were having a great time.
We did, but it's a pain in the ass because what nobody knew was in those days we would tape like 3, sometimes 4 weeks of television in one day. So I was having to wrestle, change into my Flair for the Gold, change back into my wrestling gear, back into a Flair for the Gold. Sometimes I would have 5 costume changes in a TV. That was a pain in the ass, even though I enjoyed doing the show because they gave us pretty much leeway to do whatever we wanted. It was fun.
Interesting question here from Charlie. I'm going to tweak it a little bit though. He wants to ask about a 4-way elimination match. Of course, this is hypothetical. Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, the Fantastics, and the Fabulous Ones. Who walks out the winner?
Midnight Express, Fabs, Rock and Roll Express,
and Fantastics. Tommy Rogers, Bobby Fulton.
Midnight Express.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cornette would have figured a way to screw him out of it.
Craig Roy wants to know, was Cena's weekly U.S. title open challenge Arn's idea? I feel like a lot of fans thought those were some of Cena's best matches. And why was the open challenge dropped when Cena lost the strap? You may not know the second part, but was the open challenge something you came up with?
No, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was one of those things that, hey, he's a fighting champion, and as corny as that may seem, people like that. I'll take on all comers. I don't care, whoever, step up. And that resonated with the audience. I thought it worked out really well.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money, it's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.